Everybody, welcome back to the Sunnydale Review. I'm Brian.
I'm Jillian.
And Jillian,
Yep.
we got 3 good episodes to talk about.
Oh
in
my
this
God.
episode.
So good.
It's like for real.
I'm very happy.
Especially the best episodes of the season.
Especially coming off of Ted and Bad Eggs. It's like this is where it really picks back up. These are like
not good.
No, these are really more like must-watch episodes in my book.
Oh yeah, important not only for this season, but important for the whole series and the other spin-off series.
Yeah.
This is really where it's like, oh, this is not good. So let's jump into it. Surprise.
All right. So Surprise is season 2, episode 13. Originally aired January 19th, 1998. Was written by Marty Noxon and directed by Michael Lange. I guess it's,
Sure.
I'm really bad at pronouncing names. I'm just going to say that now. So we open with Buffy having a dream that she is at the Bronze. Willow is sitting at a table with a monkey and speaking French to it, which is a callback.
So weird.
It's a callback. The monkey isn't wearing pants, though, so just important thing to point out here. They missed that opportunity.
I do think they love this because they include it in the intro for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
This little clip of Willow.
Talking to the monkey?
Yep.
Let's see. Joyce comes up and asks if Buffy really thinks she's ready and then drops a plate. It's all very cryptic. Angel walks up to her, but Drusilla comes up behind him and stakes him. Drew says, "Happy birthday, Buffy."
In her airy way.
Yes.
I love Drusilla.
She's so cool. So Buffy is freaked out by her dream, goes to check on Angel. She tells Angel that she had a dream that Drusilla is alive and that she killed him. Angel tells her not to worry, that not all of her dreams are, like, prophetic.
Right.
But that is, like, a thing with Slayers where they do have these kind of prophecy dreams. So let's see. So Buffy is concerned that they never saw Drusilla's body, so they don't know if she's alive. Angel kisses her to distract her, and it works. It's like, that's just...
Hormones, you know.
Solve your problems there. Let's see. So Angel says that Buffy still hasn't told him what she wants for her birthday. She responds, "Surprise me." I feel like, you know, there are things that, like, trigger things happening. Like when... like. In any sort of horror movie, and in this show, because of how it has that horror movie aspect, whenever somebody says, like, oh, nothing will go wrong, and then something immediately goes wrong.
Also, it's like, what do you get the girl that has all the weapons, you know? Like...
Well, yeah, but that's only one
Buffy's
part
a hard person to shop for, I feel.
That's only one part of her, though. Like, I think if Angel gave her a knife for her birthday, she'd be like, gee... Thanks, boyfriend.
Yeah, Slayers would never like that as a gift.
I don't know if anybody would ever like that as a gift. I don't know.
There's some people out there. Sure.
Unless you're like a chef and somebody gets you like really nice knives for your birthday.
That makes sense.
But it's like, I don't know. Let's see. Buffy tells Willow that she's thinking about taking kind of the next step in her relationship with Angel. Willow tells her to seize the day, so kind of a callback to season 1 with Buffy telling Willow to seize the day.
Right.
Let's see. Buffy and Willow talk about Oz. Willow says that she likes his hands, but worries that he's too old because he's a senior, so he's 1 year older than her.
It's that ancient.
Buffy tells her that she's being silly and she's like, yeah, you have a 1 year difference with your boyfriend. My boyfriend's 241 years old.
Slightly more, you know.
Let's see. Buffy tells her that she can't wait the rest of her life for Xander to wake up and smell the hottie. She encourages her to go talk to Oz.
I mean, we've talked about it. Like, Xander, what are you doing, man?
It is so well established at this point that Willow has the biggest crush on Xander, but it's not going to happen. And you know what? Willow needs to move on because it's just not going to happen with Xander.
Yeah.
And also, she has this great guy in Oz.
Hilarious, talented musician, nice,
funny.
Yeah.
Saved her life.
Saved her life. Took a bullet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Stand up, dude.
So Willow goes and talks to Oz, and I love this scene between Oz and Willow so much. Oz says, I'm going to ask you to go out with me tomorrow night, and I'm kind of nervous about it, actually. It's interesting. And Willow says, well, if it helps at all, I'm going to say yes. And Oz says, yeah, it helps. It creates a comfort zone. Do you want to go out with me tomorrow night? And Willow goes, oh, I can't. And Oz says, well, see, I like that you're unpredictable. And so it turns out that it's Buffy's birthday party the next night. So Willow actually ends up inviting Oz as her date.
Reasonable. I mean, Buffy's already, given the okay on this guy, so I don't think she'd be upset if Willow brought him to her birthday,
Yeah. So let's see. We see that Xander invites Cordelia as his date to the party. She doesn't want to go with Xander, but she wants to go with Xander, but doesn't want people to know that they she doesn't call it dating. She just says occasional groping.
I think that's where it's at right now. It hasn't gone past that stage.
It hasn't gone past an occasional makeout in the closet at school, or in Buffy's basement.
Right.
He thought that they were kind of dating.
Right.
He wasn't aware that it was just
occasional groping.
An embarrassing grope fest to her. So let's see. Buffy tells Giles about her dream. He thinks that they should stay on the alert. Yeah. So we catch up with Spike and Drew. They are still in Sunnydale. Drew is having a party. Spike is in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And still has wounds, burns and stuff from the events of What's My Line. So at the end, when they ran into the organ and then the kind of whole place caught on fire.
That.
Somehow the organ protected the two of them from getting killed in that. So let's see what else. It's very clear that Drew is stronger physically, but she's also still insane.
Yeah, which is not a good combination.
No. We see that she has lots of boxes with presents being delivered. She says that her party will be the best ever because it'll be the last.
Yep.
So always a good thing to hear your bad guy say. Joyce and Buffy are having breakfast. Joyce asks her if 17 feels any different than 16. Buffy says that she woke up feeling more mature, responsible, and level-headed, and then asks if she can go try to get her license again. Turns out that it didn't go so well the first time around. She failed the written, and they wouldn't even let her take the driving test.
Brutal. So
then Joyce asks her if she really thinks she's ready, and then drops a plate, calling back to her dream. Yeah. I have in my notes, cue Max wig for Buffy, as that was part of her dream. So she starts freaking out even more. So next we see Miss Calendar's uncle shows up. Passion of the Nerd likes to refer to him as Uncle Gypsy Stereotype.
Oh, it's real bad.
It's really bad.
It's really offensive.
It's really bad.
Oh, man.
So they start talking about Angel's curse, how it still holds, and how he's becoming a good man. The uncle starts talking about how he killed a member of her people, of Jenny's people, and that vengeance demands that his suffering should be eternal, as theirs is. So they're still, mourning the loss of this person that Angel apparently killed,
The old grudges, I don't know.
a lot of years before.
I do think she's, she makes a good point, because she's no, he's 100% a good guy. He saved my life. He took a demon into his body for me. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Let's see. It turns out that Jenny is a gypsy, and the uncle gives her an order to break Angel and Buffy up. Because
I get it.
He doesn't want anything good happening in Angel's life that can make him happy.
He also doesn't want Angelus back out there.
Yeah.
And we'll find out why.
Yeah. So let's see. Jenny says that she will see to it, so working to break them up. Buffy is freaking out to Giles. Giles says just because she dreamt something doesn't mean that they can't protect Angel. Giles goes into research mode, says he's going to look into if Drusilla has any patterns, and to meet him back at the library at 7. Willow and Xander are upset that this means the party is going to be canceled. Giles says that the party is still on. He says Buffy only turned 17 once, and I believe she deserves a party, which is kind of cute. It's really like
it's great. Yeah.
More evidence of him stepping into that father role for her.
Yeah, and I mean, he's Slade. Don't know how many parties Slade's gonna get.
Yeah,
to make it special.
Yeah,
not to be too morbid or anything.
He says that Buffy and Angel may be in danger, but that doesn't mean that they shouldn't be able to celebrate.
Mm-hmm. Plus, I mean, if anyone attacks, like, you got Buffy and Angel there.
You have the entire Scooby gang there.
So, it should be alright.
We've found that they're safer when they stick together, because when they don't stick together, people get kidnapped. So
mostly Cordelia.
Yeah.
But sometimes Andrew, too.
So let's see. We see that Buffy goes back to the school at 7 o'clock, like Giles asked her to. Jenny runs into her there and offers to drive Buffy to where Giles is. They pull up outside the Bronze and they see something sketchy going on with vampires. Buffy steps in, steals a box that they were carrying, kills a couple of the vampires, then crashes into her surprise party.
Buffy pretty easily dispatches these guys. She's like, let me just quickly kill these vampires.
Yeah, and so she crashes like through a window into the Bronze and stakes a vampire, not knowing that apparently the gang has like rented out the Bronze for the night, it seems like, to throw her party. So she literally like breaks in, stabs him. Everybody's like, what the hell's going on? And then Cordelia comes out and goes, surprise!
So good.
Like, oh, Cordelia. So yeah.
We have this great part with Oz.
Oh yeah. So Oz sees her stake the vampire and goes, hey, did everyone just see that guy just turn to dust? And Willow is worried that Oz is like confused or freaked out. He says that it actually explains a lot.
Yeah, vampires are real.
Yeah.
Like, it actually explains a lot. It's so good.
Xander goes, yeah, vampires are real. A lot of them live in Sunnydale. Will will fill you in.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to Nicholas Brennan because that's a hard thing to say.
Will fill you in. Yeah. It's pretty difficult.
See? So let's see. Angel immediately knows about, so they get the box and they open it and there's like an arm inside.
Right.
And the arm reaches up and tries to like grab Buffy around the neck. The gang ends up getting like the hand around her back into the box. Angel immediately knows about like the legend of the judge, it's like his arm in the box. Demon brought forth to rid the earth of the plague of humanity, separate the wicked from the righteous, and burn the righteous down. Demon that could not be killed, no weapon forged, could kill him. The parts, they couldn't actually defeat the demon, so they cut him up into a bunch of parts and then like separated them in boxes and spread them across the earth.
Yeah, this is a whole army versus one demon.
Yeah. How they managed to like hold him down long enough to dissect him into as many boxes as they have is beyond me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm guessing like maybe over the course, like one guy cut his arm off and then died, and then like another person cut his leg out, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know though.
I don't know. So yeah, they figure out that Drew is trying to reassemble the judge essentially. Jenny volunteers Angel to take the arm and get out of town. So basically they decide that they have one box. They need to get it as far away from Sunnydale as they possibly can because if they don't have all the boxes, they can't like reassemble him, I guess.
And Angel's like, yeah, I have to do this.
Yeah, Angel's like, I'm the only one who can, mostly because everybody else is either underage or Jenny or Giles.
Right.
Because Angel thinks he's going to have to go away for at least a few months. And he has to get on a ship because he can't take an airplane because he says that there's no way to guarantee that like you can block out the sun on an airplane. I would also argue that I don't think Angel has ID, and also it'd be really hard to check the box with the arm in it.
It might be tough. You're right.
But I mean, technicalities. Let's see. So Jenny volunteers Angel to take the arm and get out of town, possibly leaving for a few months to get it as far away as possible. Angel says he has to leave tonight as soon as possible. Buffy's upset because it's her birthday. Her boyfriend's like, I gotta leave town. And she's like, but it's my birthday. Seriously?
Yeah.
Jenny offers to drive Angel to the docks. So Buffy goes to the docks with him to say goodbye. She worries that one of them might die before they are able to like be reunited. And he gives her birthday present, which is a Angel is Irish.
Yep.
And
his name was Liam.
Yes.
It's my brother's name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is your brother a vampire?
Not yet.
Okay.
Please don't become horrific and murder his vampire, Liam. That'd be real bad.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a terrible Irish accent, though, so maybe that disqualifies.
It wasn't great. So Buffy goes to the docks to say goodbye to Angel. She worries that one of them might die before they are actually like reunited, which the way that things, the way that things go in Sunnydale is completely reasonable. So he actually gives her a birthday present. So Angel, before he was a vampire, his name was
Angelus. Liam. Shit. I'm sorry. I biffed that really hard. Do you want to redo it?
Sure.
Greg. Nope.
Bob.
Yeah. I feel like Bob before he was a vampire, not before he was Angel.
Oh my god. Okay, we need a blooper reel.
I wish I had just said a random name then. That would be like 10 times funnier.
Charlie.
I feel like maybe. No.
Charlie the vampire?
Yeah, Charlie the vampire.
So one thing that we found out about Angel is that before he was a vampire, his name was
Liam.
Right. He was actually Irish. So what he decides to give Buffy for her 17th birthday is a clatter ring.
Yes. Can you explain what this is? Because my relatives are Irish. Primarily, that's like the thing my parents, claim, whatever. I hadn't really known about this, so...
So the clatter ring is, there's couple different kinds from what I understand. There's ones with just like hands that is supposed to symbolize friendship, and then there's ones that have a heart in the middle of the hands, which is supposed to represent like love, relationship, belonging, something like that. So Angel tells her to wear it with the heart pointing towards you, and it means you belong to somebody.
Right.
Which I'm sure back in like the day it was more of like a possession type thing, but it's like now it's like a sweet thing. Romantic. Like your heart belongs to somebody, and so Angel has already turned his around to show that he belongs to Buffy, because he's worn one for like
a long time,
the entire series. And Passion of the Nerd said that you can actually like, he went back and looked, and you can see it with the heart pointing toward him for like multiple episodes beforehand. Cool. Yeah. So he was like showing that his heart
considered it.
Yeah, he was showing that his heart belonged to Buffy. So she puts the ring on, and Buffy asks him not to leave. So then they get attacked by vampires, who are obviously after the box to bring it back to Spike and Drusilla.
Yep.
Buffy gets thrown into the water, and Angel jumps in after her, saves her, but they do lose the box. Let's see. So they go back to the library, kind of tell the rest of the Scoobies what happened with the box and all that. They do a round robin, so they take turns calling each other's parents, saying that they're sleeping over at one of the other people's houses.
There's a moment here, it's like, actually Passion of the Nerd pointed it out, where Xander's like, hey Mom, it's me. And then he's like, Xander. So clearly she was like, who? Yeah. Xander, not good home life.
You notice there are hints within different episodes where you find out that Xander doesn't necessarily have the best home life, which kind of explains why he just like spends nights at the libraries helping Giles research, and nobody seems to worry about him.
Yeah. That too. No one worries about him.
Yeah.
Poor Xander.
So the gang all stay the night at the library researching. Even Angel and Jenny are there. Buffy has another dream. She like falls asleep on the table on a book. She is at the factory. She sees Jenny. Buffy and Drew are wearing the same dress, and Drew kills Angel again. Right. So she's even more freaked out now. We see that Drew's party at the factory begins. They deliver the last box and reassemble the judge. The judge says that Spike and Drew, they stink of humanity because they share affection and jealousy for each other. He touches they have like a scholar henchman. He was in What's My Line, helping them kind of figure out how to decipher the ritual for Drew to get her strength back and all that stuff. So he's been around for a while. We see the Drew the judge We see the judge lay a hand.
Yes.
Guys,
we've been recording for a long time, so.
I got here at noon. It is now
5:50.
5:50. Yeah, it's been a long day. He lays his hand on like the scholar vampire, and we see him like burn from the inside out and turn to dust.
Right.
So he kills him. So let's see. The judge says his full strength will return in time. Then he'll just be able to like zap people without touching them. But he can't do that yet. Buffy and Angel come up with a plan. They decide to do recon at the factory and find out how far along Drew and Spike are with reassembling the judge.
Yeah, real far.
When they get there, they discover that he's been fully reassembled.
Yeah.
The judge is immediately able to sense the two of them because they have that humanity. They have I don't know why I just said that so weird. They have humanity.
Dude, okay?
I don't know. I'm incredibly caffeinated but also tired, so
right.
it's a fun combination. So let's see. So the judge can sense that they're there. Drew says that she dreamed that Buffy would come, so clearly they both were having like, if not the same dreams, similar dreams.
Right. Yeah.
Angel. So they get captured, and then Angel tries to sacrifice himself to the judge instead of Buffy. Spike has a great line about, like, because Angel says, like, take me first and, like, let her go. And Spike's like, there is no letting her go. Yeah. There's just first and second. They are somehow able to escape by, like, dropping this chain that's, like, has hanging TVs. They drop all the TVs.
Project, I guess.
They drop all the TVs on the judge, and they escape through the sewers. Angel and Buffy end up running back to Angel's apartment, as it's like the closest thing, and they just need to like get somewhere safe.
Yeah.
And it's also raining outside, so they're both like just soaking wet and freezing. Angel offers to let Buffy get into his bed to warm up since it was pouring out and they're soaking. Angel tells Buffy that he loves her. He doesn't want to, but he can't stop. Buffy says that she can't stop either. They start kissing. Angel says they shouldn't. Buffy stops him and says, "Just kiss me," and they end up sleeping together.
Yeah. Do you think Angel knows the risks of sleeping together? Or
no.
Do you think, yeah, I don't either.
I don't.
This is bad.
Well, I mean, I don't think we even know.
No, we didn't.
Right.
Know. Yeah.
So we'll talk about that a little bit later. So then we see Angel waking up in the middle of the night. He was in bed with Buffy. She's asleep next to him. He wakes up in pain. He ends up running, like, getting dressed and making it all the way out of the apartment.
Yeah.
And he, like, runs outside screaming. He yells Buffy's name, but she can't hear him. And then that's where we leave off to be continued.
Do we see his eyes glow?
Not yet.
At this part? All right. Yeah, this is a good episode.
It is. I gave it an 8. Honestly, I think I could go higher. Yeah, I could go 9 or 10.
9.
This is about as good as it gets.
It's really good.
I think we Yep, we did say who wrote and directed. So Surprise and Innocence, I really consider like a two-part.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's really like the same plot line that goes between them. So should we just jump right into the next episode?
Let's do it.
Or do we want to give individual ratings for that one episode? Or no, we did.
We just did.
Okay.
Yeah. We're good.
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm tired.
Just really tired.
It's been a hell of a week. Okay, so jumping into Innocence, Season 2, Episode 14, originally aired January 20th, 1998, written and directed by Joss Whedon, so you know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
So this episode picks up with Spike talking to the judge and Drew. Drew's not worried that Buffy and Angel will come after them again. The judge is getting stronger. Drew feels a disturbance in the force. She basically is just like, all of a sudden, she's like, ah.
Yeah.
So she senses a disturbance in the force and can tell something is happening with Angel. We pick up with Buffy waking up alone. Angel's gone. Angel is outside in pain. A blonde woman sees him collapse, goes to check on him. He gets up, says that the pain is gone, and then he turns around and attacks her, which I think is funny because it's blonde lady goes up to a stranger in an alley at night, gets attacked. Stereotype the show fights against.
Yeah, but there's a great shot here where she's smoking a cigarette and he bites her and then like drops her and blows the cigarette smoke out of him. That was a good scene.
So you can kind of immediately tell that he's not the same guy.
No.
Let's see. So Buffy goes home. Joyce thinks that she spent the night at Willow's because they did the round robin.
Yeah.
Joyce can sense that something is different about Buffy, but she can't like quite put her finger on it. The Scoobies regroup at the library. They all were like lookouts at different ports of entry last night to see like if any more boxes were coming in. Let's see. They think the judge has probably been reassembled. Buffy and Angel never checked in last night, and Xander wants to go to the factory to see if they're there.
Yep.
Cordelia makes a good point that they could all go, but they would probably just end up getting killed.
Yeah. If Buffy and Angel are in trouble, we're going to be in trouble, essentially.
Let's see. Willow and Xander were about to go to the factory. They all had like a fight, and Willow and Xander like took each were on the same side, and they were about to go take off and go to the factory, but then Buffy walks in. She confirms that the judge has been assembled. She's concerned that nobody has heard from Angel, because she just like woke up and he was gone, so she doesn't know where he's at. Drew and Spike are at the factory. Angelus walks in, starts poking fun at Spike for being in a wheelchair. The judge puts his hand on Angel's chest, so we're because of what we've seen before, we're immediately expecting him to like burst into flames, but nothing happens.
He also has a great line. It's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, Spike, you know me. Wherever injustice is, wherever like evil, I'll be there. Like pretending he's still Angel.
Yeah.
And the judge touches him. And he's like, happens to the best of us or whatever. Like happens to everyone.
Yeah. And like the judge puts his hand on Angel, and Spike's like, it burns, doesn't it? And Angel's like, it looks kind of itchy.
Yeah.
So let's see. The judge says that Angel can't be burned because there's no humanity in him. His soul is gone. Angel says, "What can I say? I was going through a phase." Let's see. Drew and Spike are very happy. They start talking to Angel like they're best friends. It turns out that they were part of like this foursome of horrible vampires.
Little gang of vampires running away around causing mayhem.
Because it was Darla and Angel and Drew and Spike. They were like a gang.
It's a pretty intimidating gang. It's not fun to run into them.
No, not so much.
I love Spike's reaction to this. He's just like, yes, like Angel's back. This is the best.
He's like, my best friend is back.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's see. Drew says they're going to destroy the world. Angelus says that he's more interested in destroying the Slayer. He said, she made me feel like a human being, and that's not the kind of thing you just forgive. He's brutal. Yeah. So let's see. The Scoobies are back at the library. Xander apologizes for snapping at Cordelia. Cordelia is a little jealous that Xander was so ready to go and die for Buffy. She's like, you would never do that for me. Let's see. They start making out, and Willow sees them and then runs off. She's visibly hurt, and it's kind of rough. No, it's not kind of rough. It is very rough.
Yeah, it's not good.
No.
It makes sense too. Like literally every girl who comes into contact with the group other than Willow, Xander's like, I'm gonna try to hit on her, I'm gonna try to be with her, and Willow's just like,
well, I mean, I don't think he did that with Impada. I don't think he did that with Kendra. He just literally was just trying to say hello.
Right.
And she just didn't know how to communicate with a boy.
Yeah,
so, I mean, but he does. Him and Cordelia have had this awful relationship where they just bicker and snipe at each other for what seems like a long, long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see. I have in here, Willow just melts my heart. She is upset because, from her perspective, Xander would rather be with someone he hates than to be with her. Which is just awful. Let's see. Buffy goes back to Angel's apartment looking for him. I said he's such an asshole. Says, like, I really wanted to stick around after that. Says she has a lot to...
so mean.
He knows how to get to her because he remembers everything that happened when he was Angel. So he knows exactly what buttons to push. he says that she has a lot to learn about men, but then suggests that them sleeping together, she was like a pro, which is just awful. Yeah, so it's clear that Angelus doesn't want to just kill her. That would be too easy. And since she trusts him, he wants to destroy her from the inside out, which is just, it's manipulative and it's awful and I hate it. And it's, but David Boreanaz just plays it off as so well. And this is him as Angelus pretending to be Angel. Like, he hugs Buffy and he kisses her and, you know, he'll play into that piece of it, but then he just starts, like, digging a knife directly into her heart.
Yeah. For a guy who wasn't an actor and just got, like, discovered, they got really lucky that he's such a good actor. Oh my God. You know?
Yeah. Let's see. Jenny Calendar is talking with her Uncle Gypsy stereotype. Oh, man. I can't call him anything else. I've watched the Passion of the Nerd episode too many times. Oh my God. She says that she tried to keep Angel away from the Slayer. Jenny tries to plead like Angel's case. Uncle Gypsy says that he explains the curse. So basically, if Angel has a moment of true happiness where the soul and the countless horrible things he has done as a vampire don't haunt him anymore, then he will lose his soul and turn into the monster he once was. Which, I don't believe this was ever explained to Angel, how the curse works. He just thought he was cursed with his soul again.
Yeah.
So, the fact that, like... the Passion of the Nerd makes a really good point about this, where it's like, okay, so say Angel was super into sports. And there was, like, some game where it's like, oh, the team was behind, it looked like they were going to win, but then all of a sudden they make a goal or make a basket or whatever, and they win.
Say the Dolphins won the Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
That'd be a moment of pure happiness for me. So if I were Angel, would I lose my soul if the Dolphins won the Super Bowl?
Right.
Maybe.
Like,
or we'll put it this way, even better. David Boreanaz, huge Eagles fan. Eagles won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Because the Dolphins aren't going to ever fucking win a Super Bowl, so... put in more realistic terms.
This has become an ongoing joke from when you and I were in college together.
Yeah, well, it's an ongoing joke of my life, rooting for the Dolphins fans. Or rooting for the Dolphins. It's a miserable time.
Dude, you live right outside of Boston. You have no excuse to not be a Patriots fan.
I know, I could be so happy.
I know!
I could not be resentful, but...
You do this to yourself. Nope. But yeah, so I have in my notes here, I really don't get the Gypsy's logic on this one. The soul was meant to torment him, so if he somehow found a way to find happiness and kind of circumvent the torture from his soul, then he would get turned back into a monster.
I don't get it either.
So I said, what if he was a dog lover or a big sports fan? Any moment of true happiness would have turned him back into a monster? Yeah. Like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you're like laying there and your dog's like laying on you and you're like, this is great. Yeah. It's a great point.
So I sorry guys, I just don't get the logic on that curse. Let's see.
Yeah, far be it from us to judge people who are professional cursers, but I don't know.
Oh my God.
Think you guys messed this one up?
Yeah. So let's see. Uncle Gypsy tells Jenny that the curse has been broken and now Buffy will have to kill Angel or be killed by him. I don't know how he knew.
Yeah, right.
He just kind of did. Maybe something in the Force, the same thing as talking to Drew.
To him.
Told him. I don't know. Let's see. So Willow returns to the group. She says that she's not okay with Xander and Cordelia. That things are not okay between her and Xander. But what's happening with the judge is more important, so she's there to help. Willow asks, where's an army when you need one? Which kind of triggers something in Xander. He says, wait, I have a thought. It's turning into an idea. Oh, now I'm coming up with a plan. And the lights go out.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, now I'm scared. So Angel appears. He tells Xander to go get the rest of the group, but tells Willow to stay behind to help him with something. Clearly, he was planning on attacking her, but Jenny shows up at the last second with a cross and tells Willow to get away from Angel. Angel grabs Willow, threatens to kill her, to send a message to Buffy, but Buffy shows up at the last second. She's like, why don't you tell me the message yourself? Mm-hmm. And he's like, it's not really the kind of message you can tell. It's the kind of message where you show up to find all of your friends dead, which is just awful.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Xander saves Willow, Angel kisses Buffy and runs off. This is a huge blow for the group. They were already dealing with the judge, and now they have to deal with Angelus. So it's like kind of one of their strongest fighters.
Yeah.
The person who seems to know a lot, and now he's
switched sides.
Now he's working for the bad guys.
Yeah, and he's the big bad for the rest of the season, really. Like.
Yep.
We got the Master, now we got Angel. Mm-hmm. Angelus. Sorry, don't want to mix those up.
So the gang goes and regroups in the library. Willow turns on Jenny, asks her how she could have known that Angel had gone bad. Mm-hmm. Giles starts questioning Buffy on what triggered Angel's change. Mm. She says it's private and runs off. Willow immediately understands what happened.
Yeah.
I think she actually tells Giles to shut up, which is kind of like a cute moment. Xander has a plan on how to deal with the judge. He says they need wheels, and Willow says that she can call Oz because he has a van. Yeah. Normally, I'm against guys with vans, but with Oz, I'm okay with it.
No, but it makes sense because he's in a band.
Yeah.
They need to carry all the equipment. So he has a reason to own a van.
Yeah, okay.
A legit reason.
Yeah. Xander doesn't explain Xander doesn't explain the plan to anyone, just tells them to meet at Willow's house in a half an hour. Mm-hmm. I have here in my notes that I know the plan ends up being awesome in the end, but I'm not sure why Willow and Giles just don't ask any questions.
I know. You can't trust Xander to do the plan? I don't know about this, guys.
Yeah, maybe we should get like some other input here. But I mean, it ends up working out well. So, let's see. We go back to Angelus, who clearly took pleasure in seeing Buffy in pain. Drew immediately understands his plan and wants to destroy Buffy from the inside out. Just like he.
The plan because.
Yeah, it's just like what he did to her, where before he turned her into a vampire, he killed her family, he tortured her. And then he ended up turning her into a vampire. I don't know if that's like his ending plan with Buffy to turn her into a vampire. I don't think so. But she understands that he's taking, he's making a process out of this, like he did with her. She says something about Angel always knows what's in a girl's heart. Let's see. Angelus explains to Spike that Buffy is stronger than any Slayer that they have ever faced before, tells Spike that he has tried using force, which didn't work. Mm-hmm. You need to work from the inside, and that to kill Buffy, you need to love her. Angel knows all of Buffy's weaknesses and will go after all of them, working from the outside in to destroy her from the inside out.
Yeah.
So he's working from... He's going to start with the people around Buffy to try to take them out and cause her pain. So he's starting from, rather than going directly after Buffy, which is what other vampires have tried and failed at doing.
Yeah.
He's going to start from the outside to break her down, like killing her from the inside out.
Yeah, it's a good plan.
So let's see. Buffy has a prophetic dream that points her towards Jenny. Buffy confronts Jenny at school the next day. Giles is there. Jenny explains that she was sent to Sunnydale to watch Buffy and keep Buffy and Angel apart, which we haven't seen really any evidence of her actually trying to do that up until these last two episodes, even though she's been hanging around since season 1. Let's see. Jenny says that she didn't know what would happen, or else she would have told Buffy. I have in my notes, would she though?
I hope at this point she would have. Not maybe if she had known all along, but after they became friends after a while, yes.
Were they really friends though, or was she just kind of dating Giles?
I consider Jenny part of the group. What do you think? No?
I don't know. I mean, I don't see her like having many offhand conversations with Buffy.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah. And what is she supposed to do? Go up to him and be like, hey, yeah, so I was sent here by my gypsy family to explain to you that your boyfriend, the vampire with a soul, if you guys have a moment of happiness, he's going to lose his soul and turn into a monster.
Yeah.
I mean, if it were Buffy, she would be like, okay, 1, who are you? 2, you've been lying to us all along. 3, what the hell are you talking about?
Right.
Like, I don't know. And it seems like she didn't even know the details of the curse. She just found out about them from Uncle Gypsy stereotype. So, so through this conversation, Giles understands exactly what happened to cause Angel lose his soul. So it's a little rough.
Context clues.
Your father figure finding out that you slept with your 241-year-old vampire boyfriend.
Yeah, they don't have that in any of the parenting books.
No.
I would imagine.
Let's see. Jenny asks Buffy what she would like her to do. Buffy says that she wants Jenny to curse him again, but Jenny says that she can't, that like the ritual has been lost even to her people for many, many years. Buffy tells her to talk to somebody who can, so they go to see Jenny's uncle. Convenient that he's still in town. Yeah. But they find him dead. It turns out he was killed by Angel. They find his body. Giles says that Angel is just trying to make things harder on Buffy. She says he's only making things easier, and she knows that she needs to kill Angel. And guys, I apologize. I'm gonna switch between calling him Angel and Angelus. It's
hard.
At this point, they're too close, and they still keep referring to him as Angel, and it just gets confusing. Also, it's faster to type Angel.
That's true.
So Xander, Cordelia, Oz, and Willow go to an army base that happens to be in Sunnydale.
There's everything.
Sunnydale just keeps growing.
Has everything.
Xander breaks into the army base with Cordelia, tells the guard that he's in the army and that he's taking Cordelia to see the big guns because it makes her like hot and bothered. We find out that Xander still remembers all of the knowledge that came with his army guy transformation to Halloween, so he can assemble guns. He knows the layout of bases. He is able to convince the guard guy that he is actually in the army by like saying one of the sergeant's names and telling him that his boots aren't regulation, that he's holding his gun like a sissy girl. Oh my god. So while Xander and Cordelia break into the base, Willow and Oz are in like the van, which is like their getaway car essentially. Oh my god, I love this scene. So Oz goes, so do you guys steal weapons from the army often? And Willow answers, well, we don't have cable, so we have to make our own fun. Willow asks Oz if he wants to make out with her. He says no, but in the sweetest, gentlest, most amazing way ever. He says that from his perspective, she just wants to kiss him to make Xander jealous or to settle the score or something. Like, he's very intuitive. And that Oz, he's just not into that. He says that sometimes when he's sitting in class, he does fantasize about kissing Willow, which I think is so adorable. Right. Both the fact that he does that and that he admits it to her.
Right.
You gotta love a relationship built on honesty. So Oz says that in his fantasy, when they're kissing, like, they're kissing each other and not thinking about anybody else, which is just so sweet. Oh my god. Right. He's like, it's okay, I can wait. And she's just like, you know what? That's fair.
Oz is a nice boy.
Oh my god. I love him. Oh my god. So the Scoobies escape the base with a crate. Back at the library, Xander shows Buffy what they got, and she says it'll work, but like they don't show us yet.
Don't show it. I love this so much.
I love the build up to this. Jenny asks how she can help, and Buffy tells her to leave, and Giles backs her up. And I love that. It's like Giles has Buffy's back over anyone else.
Yeah.
Like Jenny, they just found out that she has lied for an extended period of time to the group. But Giles is not putting his relationship with her over his relationship with Buffy.
Right.
I have yay Giles in my notes. The Scoobies head to the factory, but they find it empty. Spike is there, but he is like hidden because he's in his wheelchair. I mean, he would have been easy pickings at that point.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out what other crowded area Angel, Drew, and the Judge might try to target. Oz says that if there's one place where he would like go to line up, it would be at the mall.
Yeah.
So Oz actually figures out where they're at, which I love. It's like, okay, you're definitely part of the group now. Angel, Drew, and the judge show up at the mall. We can tell the judge has gotten more powerful as he's able to zap multiple people at once. So it's kind of like this weird, like, electric-looking thing where it's, like, connecting different people, and he's sucking the lives out of, like, multiple people at the same time. Buffy gets his attention with an arrow to the chest, which she knew wasn't going to kill him. Yeah. But she just needed to get his attention to have him, like, break his energy sucky thingy. Right. So then, the best part of the episode, she whips out a rocket launcher.
Yeah, she has this great line where he's like, no weapon forged can kill me. And she's like, that was then, this is now. Takes out the rocket launcher. I love this ending so much. Anytime the show, like, subverts itself, I'm so into, like, usually is this big, epic, long battle. No, Buffy just blows his ass up. Yep. It's so good.
So, so she brings out the rocket launcher, and the judge goes, what's that? Because he just doesn't know what it is. But Angel and Drew know what it is, so they, like, run for it. That's the only reason they survive. So, they take off so they don't get killed. Buffy blows up the judge and tells the Scoobies to, like, keep the pieces separated just in case, because she doesn't know if they'll try to, like, reassemble themselves again.
And Oz is like, arm.
He's like, I don't want to touch it, but, arm.
Oh, man. So good.
Let's see. So Buffy goes after Angel. They fight, and he starts saying really, like, hurtful things to try to distract/hurt her. Buffy gets in position to kill Angel but can't go through with it yet. She settles for kicking him in the balls and walks away saying, give me time. It's just, like, such a powerful, like, moment. I love it. So Giles drives Buffy home. Buffy blames herself for what happened with Angel losing his soul and is expecting Giles to scold her, but he doesn't. He says that he knows Buffy loved him and that Angel loved Buffy as well. So he basically gives her permission to forgive herself, which I think is so sweet. He says that all she will get from him is his support and respect. I'm just like, Giles, you are the best. He's such the supportive father figure in her life, being like, I understand why you did it. Yeah. You understand what the consequences have been. I don't need to bring you down more. So, yeah.
That wouldn't be helpful at all.
No.
To just be like, yeah, by the way, what the hell?
Yeah. You know? How dare you actually have an intimate moment with your boyfriend that the two of you love each other very much? Right. So the episode ends with Joyce and Buffy sitting on the couch watching an old movie. Joyce got her, like, a cupcake for her birthday and puts a single candle in it. And she's like, she puts the cupcake down in front of Buffy and says, you know, make a wish, blow out your candle. And Buffy says that she would rather just let it burn. It's like she's just so distraught and so, like, broken down at this point that she doesn't even know what to wish for anymore. Yeah. It's a powerful scene.
Yeah. This is a great episode.
It is.
These two episodes are great. 9 out of 10 for me.
I have to go about the same. I put 8 in my notes, but at this point, I'm looking back.
And it sets up the rest of the season.
It does.
Is, like, pretty intense.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, so one more on this episode.
Yes.
So this is season 2, episode 15, Phases. I like this episode. Yeah. So it originally aired January 27th, 1998. It was written by Rob Deshotel and Dean Batali, and directed by Bruce Seth Green. Yes. He did a lot of episodes this season. So the episode starts with Oz looking at the cheerleading trophy, which is a callback to The Witch from season 1. He said it's weird because it's like its eyes follow you wherever you go, which we know that Amy's mom is trapped in that trophy and she is watching him. Yeah. Let's see. Willow and Oz went on a date. They're adorable. Willow says that so this is Willow talking to Buffy. She says that she and Oz haven't gotten anywhere yet and she just wants smoochies.
She's good. Oh. She's so cute.
She's so adorable. I love her. So let's see. Xander and Cordelia are making out in her car in the woods. They get attacked by a werewolf, but manage to get away. Giles says there have been several animal attacks recently, but like no people have been injured so far, just animals getting attacked. They figure out that the werewolf will turn on the 3 nights around the full moon, so the night before, the night of, and the night after, which is very important to keep in mind in the Buffy universe.
Yes.
The class is learning self-defense in gym class. Willow reminds Buffy that she's supposed to be a meek little girly girl, like the rest of the girls in the group, which I'm like, does she, though? I feel like she just a couple episodes ago, she threw Larry against a vending machine, so...
Point. And she got a soda out of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, they're definitely, like, girls who are strong. Like,
yeah.
You know, she doesn't look strong. That's the one problem. She doesn't have, like, biceps, you know?
Well, no, but it's like Willow tells her that she has to pretend to be weak, which, like, as far as, like, you know, they're practicing self-defense, she doesn't want to actually, like... hurt someone by mistake, I totally get. But as far as, like, you have to pretend that you are weak in this, like, meek little girly girl, it's like, I don't know. She threw Larry up against a vending machine back in Halloween, so...
Right. True.
Yeah. So, we get another appearance of Larry here. I don't know if he's a jock or just the class douchebag.
I think he's a football player.
Yeah. I mean, he's big enough to be, for sure.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah. So he reveals that he got attacked by a dog the previous week. So he has, like, this big, like, bandage on his arm. And Oz is like, dude, I totally understand. And he shows his finger that has, like, a little Band-Aid on it. He's like, my cousin, Jordy, found out he does not like to be tickled.
Yeah. Bit him.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So let's see. Giles has researched werewolves. The werewolf acts on pure instinct, it has no conscience. I'm trying here, guys.
You're doing a great job.
Also, the werewolf could be anyone, a man or woman. Also, they don't want to kill the werewolf. Also, they don't want to kill the werewolf, as the person might not even know that they are a werewolf or remember what has happened. So basically, they kind of determined that a werewolf, they transform and they might not even know that they are a werewolf and transform. They just have, like, a blackout and they don't remember what they did. So they want to try to, like, instead of killing this person, they want to capture them and tell them, like, you have this condition, but you can still live a relatively normal life.
Yeah.
Kind of not rehabilitating, but just like, hey, just kind of be aware that these 3 nights of the month, it's not such a good idea to, like, be in an open area or...
Might not want to go to the movies.
Yeah. So let's see. Buffy and Giles are looking out for the werewolf. Buffy gets, like, trapped in, like, a net trap thing that was set by this apparently professional werewolf hunter who found out
He was there so quick.
So he, I guess, found out there's a werewolf running around Sunnydale and has gone to try to collect it. He has, like, this necklace of all of these teeth that he says that he has a tooth for every werewolf he's killed. And
it's weird that they don't turn back to human teeth after the full moon.
That's a good point, actually.
I don't know how it works.
I think he says something about, like, the pelts.
Yeah, are expensive.
So maybe if you die in werewolf form, you don't transform back.
Must be it, yeah.
So she gets, like, trapped in his net trap thingy, and eventually, like, Giles comes and they convince him to, like, cut Buffy down. Right. He is completely unapologetic for dropping her 6 feet. But, he doesn't think Buffy's strong enough to find, let alone capture a werewolf. This is basically, like, male authority figure tries to... Or just completely underestimates Buffy, essentially.
Yeah. He's a douche. Unpleasant man. This werewolf hunter.
Yeah. I think a swift kick in the balls would have been appropriate for him, too.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Let's see. We have a scene with Cordelia and Willow at the Bronze. They're hanging out on, like, a couch, and Cordelia's complaining to Willow about her relationship with Xander. Somehow it's not at all awkward. I'm like, Cordelia, could you find literally anybody else to talk to this about? Talk to about this? But,
no.
I mean, I guess she can't really tell her friends. Like, Harmony would just chew her out, so. Let's see. There's a werewolf attack at the Bronze. Somehow he managed to get up into the catwalk and jump down in front of Willow and Cordelia without anyone noticing him.
maybe Oz was up there, and then it became nighttime, and he transformed, and then he just jumped down.
But, like, nobody noticed?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Themselves, they didn't notice Giles awkwardly positioning himself in season 1 when Buffy was on the catwalk. So
yeah, but there were other people up there. Like, I feel like if there was just a guy and then all of a sudden giant werewolf, like, somebody would have noticed.
Sunnydale, man.
But anyway, so the place evacuates and Buffy rushes in, almost captures the werewolf, but it escapes. It is revealed to us, the audience, that Oz is the werewolf. Oz calls his aunt and asks if Geordie is a werewolf.
I love it, like, he, like, untransforms, and he's just like, huh.
Yeah, he wakes up in the woods and just, like... Oz is a man of very few words, and it's really, like, funny, because most of the time when he says stuff, it's really funny and really, like, dry humor. So he wakes up naked in the woods, and it's just like, huh.
So good.
So the Scoobies think that Larry is the werewolf. Xander goes to talk to him, tries to get him to admit that he's a werewolf without straight out saying it. Thinks that he has a connection with Larry due to being possessed by the hyena back in season 1.
It's a good callback.
Larry instead admits that he's gay and thinks that...
I love it. I love this turn.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, wait, what?
He thinks that Xander... That's what Xander was referring to, and that Xander's gay too.
And you know what? This is the beginning of the, like, low-key Larry redemption arc. You know? If you follow him, he after the show's over, I don't want to spoil stuff, but I was paying close attention to Larry. He has a redemption arc in this.
Let's see. Willow confides in Buffy her frustration with Oz. Buffy tells her that she should make the first move to get things going because Willow's like, he won't make a move. Like, I just want smoochies.
Yeah. You're talking about him asking his aunt about
Oh yeah, so
good.
Oz calls his aunt and is like, "Hey, just quick question. Is Geordie a werewolf?" And there's like a pause and he goes, "And how long's that been going on?"
It's so good. Oh my god, that made me laugh so hard when I watched it this time. He's just like dry, like nose. I was like, huh, how long has that been going on?
So I guess in the Buffy universe, they don't have to be in werewolf form to bite you and have you turn into a werewolf. It's just any time they bite you.
Right. It's not great.
No. So let's see. There's a subplot in this episode about Angel killing a student in Buffy's class named Teresa. Turns out Angel changed her into a vampire before he killed her to send a message to Buffy. Xander actually ends up saving Buffy from Teresa. Like, they go check out, like, there's like a wake, and they go to like check her neck because they didn't know if it was like werewolf related or if it was vampire related. Turns out it's vampire related.
Oz didn't know either. He thought like, oh shit, I killed Teresa.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of guilt.
Yeah. So yeah, but that's like a super minor subplot. So Oz apparently went out somewhere and got shackles. Like really old looking.
Timey. Yeah.
Yeah, like not handcuffs, like shackles. And he's starting to chain himself up in the middle of his living room. I'm like, where are his parents? Or anybody in his house that he can just chain himself up in the middle of his living room.
So none of these people, other than Buffy, have protective or involved parents?
No. No. Apparently Willow has parents, like a mom and dad.
Apparently.
I don't know where they're at, ever. But Willow shows up to confront Oz about how he's been, like, into her, but, like, not making any moves. And why he keeps going so, like, hot and cold. And she wants to know, like, what's going on in his head, because he doesn't express himself very much. He's a man of very few words.
Right.
So Oz tries to get Willow to leave, and then he collapses and starts to transform into a werewolf.
I love this series. Like, why would you rather be here at home with your chains, and why do you have chains?
I know. It's like, hey, wait, this is weird. Why do you have this? Let's see. So he collapses and starts to transform into a werewolf. Willow is able to escape out the back door and jump a fence. I said, oh my god, how did she do that? She, like, jumped a fence that was, like, up to her chest. I'm like, girl.
Hey, survival instinct.
Adrenaline. Adrenaline. It's gotta be adrenaline. But it was just a little bit more badass than I was expecting from Willow, I'm not gonna lie. So she gets away from him. Willow runs back to the library and tells Buffy and Giles that Oz is the werewolf. They head up to find him with they have a tranquilizer dart gun.
Yeah, it's good.
To incapacitate him but not kill him. Let's see. Buffy ends up saving Oz from the werewolf hunter, but Willow is the one who ultimately ends up shooting werewolf Oz and saving Buffy and Giles because he was going to go after them. Buffy bends. So the werewolf hunter is like, "You're a meek little girly girl, blah, blah, blah." And she literally takes his gun and, bends it. And it's so awesome. She tells him to leave town. Willow and Oz talk. Willow says that she likes Oz and wants to continue dating him. She says, "I mean, you're a werewolf, but that's not all the time. 3 days in the month, I'm not so much fun to be around either."
Oh, man, that's so funny.
Oh, my God. So they agree to keep dating. They just have, a strict no-biting policy in their relationship.
That's fair. That's fair.
Which, yeah. And they finally kiss, which is the one thing that she's been wanting this whole episode. She's like, "I just want him to kiss me." And so it's she walks away, she runs back to him, kisses him, and then runs away again. And Oz's entire reaction is, "Huh, a werewolf in love."
He's great.
Oh my God.
He's such a good character.
He is.
I didn't just accidentally spoil something and have to cut it out.
In multiple seasons away, not even next season.
Spad. My apologies.
I need a little spoiler sign.
So what'd you give this episode?
So in my notes I gave it a 6. Honestly, I think it deserves more of a 7 or 8.
Oh yeah.
It's
7.
It's an Oz-centric episode, and I just love him so much. It gives a lot of the mythology around werewolves, which becomes important for his character down the road, so I like it.
We have a Teen Wolf style costume for this.
Oh my God.
It's very classic werewolf style, but it doesn't look great.
It gets better.
Oh man. Alright, well that's it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for checking it out. Jill, where can we find you?
If you want to give me a reason to use Twitter, you can find me on Twitter at Jillian_Swan, and that's Swan with 2 N's.
And you can find me on Twitter at TheFakeBMar, that's BMARR. You can find the channel on Twitter at WGEverything, on Instagram at WickedGoodEverything, on Twitch at twitch.tv/WickedGoodEverything. Of course, the main channel is youtube.com/WickedGoodEverything. This channel, you gotta search Wicked Good Podcast, because as of recording, we don't have 100 subscribers yet. And you can find us on iTunes, the Sunnydale Review. Leave us a rating. Tell your friends, your family, tell everybody. And we'll see you next time.
All right, bye guys.
Bye. The Sunnydale Review is a Wicked Good Everything production. The fan art of Buffy was created by Fishbone Art. The logo was created by Tamar Kutab. The original intro and outro song was created by Alex Carl.